What up, y'all? It's AKT Aktion, and what we're going to do today is show you how you can get 500 views a day for just the cost of a cup of coffee. I love coffee. I freaking love it. Coffee is your friend. Coffee is your friend. He's my friend. He's your friend. I love coffee. Do you love coffee? Everybody loves coffee, right? Now, some people don't, but whatever. Anyways, here we are. After that caffeination session, I am ready to talk to y'all about how to get 500 views a day for just the cost of a cup of coffee. Depends on which coffee you get, I guess. My coffee is normally around $5. So what we're talking about here is YouTube ads, okay? That is how you're going to get these views. Now, what I'm going to show you today is I'm going to show you how to set up a YouTube ad, things to think about when setting up a YouTube ad, and how to go about doing this so that way you can get 500 views a day on your music videos anytime you want. The first thing you need to think about when you're trying to run YouTube ads is your video going to pass the review process? Now, the review process is somewhat strict, so you're not going to be able to have any cursing. You're not going to be able to have any somewhat nudity. You're not going to be able to have any sexual explicit content. You're not going to be able to have blunts and 40s and guns and all that stuff. That stuff cannot be in the video. Now, I have seen some ads slip through, but 99% of the time, your ad will be disapproved. So what you want to do is make sure you're using a song and a video that will pass the review standards. Now, there are things you can do too. You can censor your audio, of course, and you could also censor your video a little bit. Now, I know some of you are saying, well, I don't want to censor all my videos. I don't really want to do that. I think that's cheesy or that's corny or whatever. Well, you don't have to censor every video you do. You don't have to run ads on every video you do. But pick one at least, pick two, whatever. You run ads all on that one video. It gets a bunch of attention to your channel, and then your other videos start getting views. You don't have to think about it like I have to censor every video I put out or all that stuff. You don't have to worry about that. So, with that said, what you want to do for this one video is make sure it's going to pass the review process, okay? Now that we know it's going to pass the review process, we have to think about who we're going to target, why we're going to target them, and what are our goals. Everybody has different goals when they're running ads. Some people's goals are to get a very specific niche audience because they have a very specific niche type of music, or that song itself is in a specific niche or about a specific topic. So you'll want to micro-target that way. Sometimes you'll want to target very broad because you have a sound that many people will listen to, or just many people will be attracted to, or you just want to throw your music at everybody and see what sticks. So you have to decide who you're really trying to target. You don't have to do that on every single campaign, though. What I suggest is making multiple campaigns. So you make one campaign where you're targeting very specifically, say, certain artists that are similar to you or that song. And then you make another campaign that's very broad, like based on everybody that likes rap music, period. You could target certain age groups in a separate one, whatever you want to do. But you just got to make sure you're thinking about who you want to target and why you want to target. Another thing to think about is all views aren't created equal. So just because you got someone to click it and go view it, it doesn't mean they like your music. You want to have as many of them like your music as possible. You actually might gain more fans when you target more niche. So sometimes you're going to have to make that sacrifice of the amount of views you're getting for what you're paying for fans you're gaining. So you have to really think about what your goal is and what you really want to do for that video and for your channel. I've been running YouTube ads for a very long time on very many videos. I've seen all kinds of different results. So I'm going to go over some stuff with you guys today and show you how to set up an ad and show you what to think about while setting up an ad. So that way you set it up correctly, and then that way you can get many views as possible. There's a lot of little tricks you have to do to make sure you're getting the most out of your YouTube ads. So today you're going to find out exactly what to do. So right now I'm about to take you guys into my screen. So let's go. All right, y'all, we are now inside of Google Ads. If you do not have a Google Ads account, you will need to create a Google Ads account. When you go set up a Google Ads account, you will make sure you need a bank account or a credit card to link it to. So if you don't have one of those, make sure you get one of those so you have it to link it, or you will not be able to create a Google Ads account. So now that we are in Google Ads, formerly known as Google AdWords, if you haven't been in it in a while, I'm going to show you first the statistics of some of the ads in here a little bit so you can understand what you can achieve. And then we're going to go into how to create an actual ad so you can do this and you can actually get 500 views a day for the cost of a cup of coffee, basically $5. So we are now in here. Let's take a look. These are some of the ads that I have run in the past few years. So you have some of these videos right here. Average cost per view is right here. So you're seeing 1 cent, 1 cent, 3 cents, 2 cents, 1 cent, 1 cent. You know what I mean? You see that all the way down. Okay, so some videos will not always get to the penny a play view rate. You know what I mean? You can't get everything there. Some things perform better than others. Why do things perform better than others? Normally it's the thumbnail or the title, or maybe just people are running more ads at that time. It could be during an election, or it could be something else. So ad costs are a little bit higher. Could be many reasons. But your goal is always to get it at a penny per view at some point. That is the goal. A good ad campaign normally is at about a penny per view to 3 cents per view, okay? It depends on the goal too, though. If you're going after a very niche audience, it might cost a little bit more, but you're getting that exact fan base that you want, that exact crowd that you want. So don't always get stuck on the penny per view thing, but it's a good goal to have. Okay, so now let's go into some of the stats of a video that I've run a campaign on. So here's OK by Odd Squad family. This one got 405,538 views from ads at a cost of 0.01 cents per, so over 4,000 spent. Earned views. Now, what are earned views? Earned views mean they went to that video, they watched it, and then they went and watched another video. So it got 68,393 earned views. So not only did it get the penny per play, okay, it also got over 68,000 earned views on top of that. So an added bonus. And you're normally always going to get this, especially if it's a good video and a good campaign and it's doing well. Here after that, you can see the view rate. So 25% of the people watched basically about half of it. 50% of the people watched 30% of it, you know, and so on and so forth. So that's great. You can see that. You can see the statistics. You can see how long they viewed it. Are they really watching it? How long they're watching it? Pay attention to this because this is very important. Just as important as the amount of views, maybe even more. So this other data over here is also awesome. You can see earned likes, earned subscribers, earned playlist additions. So earn likes, obviously likes on the video, earn subscribers. So this is directly. This means it earned the channel 4,462 subscribers, okay, with this ad campaign. Now, also, since you got earned views onto other videos and then people come back because they saw that video initially, this number is normally much higher. I paid attention to the data when I ran this campaign, and I know it was closer to 10,000 subscribers that we gained from this campaign in total. So earned playlist additions is next. That is awesome. So basically over 6,000 people added this to their playlist. So that means they're going to watch it again. They put you into one of their YouTube playlists that they watch all the time, and now they're going to be watching it over and over and over again. This earned shares, it doesn't seem like you ever get any, so I don't know what the sharing actually is or what's going on there. It doesn't seem like it does anything, but it's always been zero for almost every campaign I've ever seen on anyone else's account or mine. So don't worry about that much. Okay, so that's one campaign. I can show you a bunch of campaigns, but as you can see, these are the costs. You're talking about a penny, 3 cents, 2 cents, 1 cent, 1 cent, 2 cents. So it's all between 1 and 3 cents. So that's where I try to keep my campaigns. I like to keep my campaigns at that cost. That tells me it's a good campaign. All right, so you now have seen what can be done when you run ad campaigns. You understand that you can get penny plays and you can get 500 views a day for the cost of a cup of coffee. So now that you know that, let's learn how to do that, right? That's what we came here for. So, well, you're in here. You're here and you're in your all campaigns. Now my screen is very zoomed in here, so it's going to be a little awkward for me here and there, just so you know. We're highly zoomed in, so I don't know how it's going to look when I go these pages. I might have to zoom in and out a little bit. I just wanted to make sure that you guys could see all the data that was on the screen. So on the left-hand side here, you have campaigns. You're already in there. Normally, if you're not in there already, you want to just click campaigns, so you know you're on the campaigns page, and then you get a little plus button. Plus campaign, meaning make a new campaign. So we'll click it, new campaign. Here we go. All right, so now you get some options: sales, leads, website traffic. You know what I mean? Brand awareness, all this stuff. You don't really need to click anything here because what you're doing is you're just trying to run YouTube ads. You're not trying to get anybody to go buy a beat somewhere or go do something somewhere or buy something somewhere. You're trying to get views to a YouTube video. So here, just create a campaign without goal guidance. From there, you'll get to select campaign type, and you'll get down here and custom video campaign, non-skippable stream, all these, right? So this non-skippable stream, this is like those videos that pop up before another video. that's not what you really want, because you want people to actually be on your video page when they get there and to interact with it and to possibly go to other videos of yours without having to watch it before another video. And sometimes people find those videos intrusive, so they don't even like to watch them and they try to skip through them as fast as possible. So we don't want to do that. What we want to do is a custom video campaign. So leave that at the top, leave that set right there at custom video campaign. And then we're going to continue. All right. So campaign name, you normally want to make it somewhat specific. So if the video was called OK, Odd Squad. And I also name my campaigns by how I'm targeting. So say this campaign, I was going to target broadly. I would put broad. You know, like say I was going to target everybody that likes rap. That would be my broad audience. If I was going to target specific artists, I would put, you know, specific artists, right? Okay. But so let's just put broad here for an example. And then bidding strategy, you can open this up. I always keep it at max CPV, cost per view, budget. Now, when you get to the budget, you want to go to a daily budget. You don't want a campaign total, because then it's a certain amount of time and all that stuff. Don't do that, because you're not going to be able to adjust it the way you want to. So you go to daily, and then initially, I know you may be thinking, okay, I want to spend $100 a day, or I want to spend whatever a day, and you want to just blast off, right? That's cool, but the thing is, you have to give Google Ads data before you can get the right cost for your campaign. So what you want to do daily is, say, start off at like $5, okay? $5, $10, just enough daily so it can give it some data and it can realize what your click-through rate is and everything else, so it can know what to charge you for your ads. Got the $5 set up. United States locations. I would do as many locations as you can. I would stay away from countries that are known to have bots and other things like that, because you don't want basically fake views. You want real views. You want a real audience. So normally I use United States and Canada. I also add places in Europe and other places like Australia and a few other places that are known to get good fans as well. But to stay safe, you normally want to go with United States and Canada, or just United States. Or if you're trying to gain a fan base in a specific area, you can do that. You can go and enter location down here, and you can enter a bunch of different cities. You can do whatever you want. You can add anything in there, very specific locations, zip codes, all kinds of stuff. So that's that. So we'll keep it at United States and Canada for this one. Languages, obviously, whatever language your music is in. So from there, we get to inventory type. Now, it shows standard inventory, expanded inventory, and limited inventory. In most cases, you're going to want to select expanded inventory. Basically, if it is showing ads on a video, like say a World Star video that has sensitive content, but they're still showing ads, do you want your ad to show there or not? Or do you want your ads to show next to videos of that nature, is basically what it's saying. Most people who are running ads for hip hop videos don't really care where it's being shown. They just want to get the views. So I would put expanded inventory, because it gives you the most impressions possible. Now, your ad group name. Your ad group name, it depends. Now, if you want to make separate ad groups for the same campaign, you can. The problem with that is it'll decide which ad group is spending best, and it'll start using that instead, so you don't really get good data. So you want to normally just name it the same as your campaign in most cases. So you put that as OK broad. Okay, so we have that. Okay. OK broad. Now we are getting into the fun part. We're getting into the targeting. So demographics, you can target, wow, parent, not a parent. Never really tried that, but you could if you had a certain song, you know, about being a parent. Obviously that would work. But anyways, you can do age, you can do unknown, you can do all this stuff. You can do male, female as well. I normally leave all this stuff alone for the most part. Sometimes I'll knock some of these older ages off, but for the most part, I leave those open and the way they are. So into audience. Now, before you do audience, you have to decide how you're going to target. Because if you're going to target specific keywords, you're not going to want to use audiences. So say I want to do keywords and not a large audience. You would come down here instead. You just leave this alone. Don't do nothing in there. And you come down here and you got keywords. And then you can start putting them in. Say you like, your music sounds like Logic and Drake and whatever. You know what I mean? So You put those in, and now it'll show you how many impressions are available for those terms. You want to put as many in as possible. You want to have as many possible impressions as you can, because the more impressions you can get, the cheaper the ad rate, the more people they can show it to, the more likely they can get you clicks for the price that you're looking for. So you want to put as many in as possible, and also know that you can add and adjust this later once you're done with the campaign. So once you put this in here, you're not locked in to what you put in here. You can adjust it and change it and shift it as time goes on, which I suggest doing almost every time. Okay, that would be if you wanted to go the keyword route. Now we're in the audience part. Say we're not doing the keyword thing. We're going to just target broad. Now, let me tell you, I've had my most successful ad campaigns done in this format when I go broad. What I do is I normally target, if you start to put rap in there, you have affinity audiences, rap and hip hop fans. So I normally click that, and that's just it. As far as targeting rap and hip hop fans, it's very broad, but look, you got 5.3 billion impressions to get. Sometimes just the vast amount of impressions help you get a better rate than it would going very niche. Now, like I said before, sometimes you might not get the audience you want. It just depends on the type of music you make, but you're just gonna have to try a bunch of different things. So say we run with rap and hip hop fans and we go broad. That's cool. And like I said, you can not do that. You can do keywords, whatever, but that's the targeting. You can base it on topics as well. So if you want to base it on topics instead, you can do that. If you want to do it on placements, this is where you search for like specific videos or specific channels. Say you wanted to target like Lyrical Lemonade or World Star or whatever, you can pull it up. You know, you'll start to search Lyrical Lemonade, and you see the channels come up, and boom, you could click that and you could target that. Okay, so that's what that is. That's placements. You can use that as well. So there's many options targeting. Like I said, this is basically up to you. And also, like I said before, I suggest making several campaigns targeted different ways. See which one works best, adjust your budgets, adjust your targeting over time so you can get the best results. Once you have all this set up and everything's targeted, you're going to come down here to bidding. So once you get to bidding, this is very important. Yes, we want to get a penny per view. But guess what? Google Ads is not going to give you a penny per view right off the top. They're going to want to see how your video is going to perform against other people's videos first as far as ads. You know what I mean? So how does your ad compare to another ad they're trying to show? Would they rather click your ad or their ad? You know what I'm saying? So what you want to do is start off normally around 5 cents per view. No, we don't want to pay 5 cents per view in the long run. No. But in the beginning, to get data, normally you have to bid between 4 to 6 cents in most cases to start getting the views and to start getting the clicks and start getting it going. And then once you get like about a day or two of data under your belt, you can start bringing that down. And you can do that through your ad group. And I'll show you that after we do this, how you can adjust that real quick. Down here is where you start to make the ad, but here's where you can make the ad. So say I was going to make an ad for that video. Okay, that's what we were working on. All right. So as you can see now, that video, it does have almost 700,000 views now. All you got to do is grab the URL, bring it back in here. Okay. Copy it in. You can also search for it too. I normally just grab the URL myself, but you can do it however you want. And then right here, you have two options: skippable in-stream ad or video discovery ad. What we're going for here is video discovery ad. Skippable in-streams is what we talked about before. That's the stuff that plays before other videos. In most cases, you're not going to want to go that route because people don't really want to watch those and they're trying to skip past them, and it's hard to get people to go to your channel. It's much less cost effective. So let's go with video discovery ad. Click video discovery ad. They're going to show you an example here to the right of what it's going to look like. You'll have all the thumbnail options that are within your video. What I suggest is before you start creating a campaign, make sure that your video has an optimal thumbnail. Make sure it has a really catchy thumbnail, like something people are going to watch. Like obviously in this thumbnail right here, you see Nubs of Odd Squad Family, which he obviously attracts attention for obvious reasons. So that being said, make sure you always make sure your thumbnail's catchy, okay? So you have that done, you have a catchy thumbnail, you're ready to go. Now we're going to decide the headline and the description. On your headline, never just put your song title, okay? If people don't know who you are, which is the goal of this, to get new viewers, right? So people don't know who you are. So you need to put a headline that's going to make them want to watch. So say I was marketing this video right now and I'm coming up with a headline for it. You know, it's Odd Squad Family. It's something different. So like, this rap group is, different. Something like that. You know what I mean? Something catchy. It doesn't have to be anything specific. It's whatever your brand is, whatever you want to do. You know what I mean? Make it fit your brand. Make sure you're not putting like a clickbait type title. You want to put something that's actually going to lead them to something, to what you're actually saying. Because when they get there, you want them to like what they came to. Okay. You want your ad to work. You want it to do what it's supposed to do. So there you go. If you see this, you're like, this rap group is different. What is this? How are they different? You're going to want to go see what that is. So that's that. Now you got the descriptions, and I normally put stuff like must watch this now. And then for branding here, I'll normally put Odd Squad Family or the title or whatever you want. So you have that. You won't even see those when the ads show on phones or mobile devices. They won't really show because it's a smaller ad, but they'll show on desktop here. You can see it. It comes up in small type. That's what's going to show. So basically, you can decide whatever you want to do with the description. I suggest making at least the top line here something catchy as well, and then maybe your name for branding purposes so people start seeing your name everywhere. That can help, but always keep your title something catchy, okay? Don't just put your song title unless your song name or whatever is catchy, you know what I mean? That's ready. I mean, that's really it. This campaign is set up. There's not much to it. Once you get all that in there, you're ready to go, okay? So if I would create that campaign, I would want to click create right here. I'm not going to create that campaign because I've already run a campaign on this, but we will go back to my account. Now, what I was saying earlier is, yes, you can adjust things. So if I go into OK, this is the campaign I created before. Look, 11 million impressions. Look at all this you can get just from running ads. It's insane. We're in here right now, okay? And to the left, you have all these things that you can adjust. So say you did do keywords. You would have all your keywords in here, and you could add keywords, take keywords away, okay? You can even add negative keywords. If you don't want to show up for certain words, you can add those in. Now you can see your ads and extensions. You can see the ads you put in here. You can add more ads. So if you want to add different ads, like say try different thumbnails or different titles, you can keep creating more ads. You can click here and start creating more ads, and then that way it can rotate through them, and you'll figure out which ad works the best for you. Sometimes I do that, sometimes I don't. It just depends on the situation. So in ad groups here, what you have is what you're targeting and all that other stuff, like what you want to pay per view, all that stuff. So right here, max cost per view. That's what you're willing to pay. See, I have it down to a penny because over time I got it there, but it would have been initially, you know, at that 4 cents or whatever. So you got to click into that and change that in there. And that's where you can edit that and adjust that afterwards. So again, I know that's important. So like I said, start out at about 4 to 6 cents to get it going. Then once you get it going, you come in here, click add groups, come over here and adjust the rate. All right. So with that said too, you can also adjust the budget up here very easily, your daily budget. So if it starts doing better, you can start paying more. If it's not doing as well, you can pay less, whatever you want to do. So that's all there is to it. Really, after this, you just have to maintain it and watch it and make sure you're paying attention to what kind of view rate you're getting, what kind of cost you're getting. Are you getting the engagement that you prefer? You don't get to see all that other YouTube engagement stuff I was talking about within the campaign once you click into it. So if you want to see that again, you have to get back into the all campaigns area, and you can see all that awesome data right there that we talked about earlier. And that's pretty much it though, how you set up a campaign and you get 500 views a day for the cost of a cup of coffee. All right, guys, now you know how to set up a YouTube ad properly. So now that you know how to set up a YouTube ad properly, make sure you're thinking about all the things we talked about here. Make sure you're thinking about your targeting. Make sure you think about your thumbnail that you're using. Make sure you think about everything so that way your ads run well. Your ads are going to run as good as your click-through rate is and as good as your interaction rates are. So you want to make sure your thumbnail is very catchy. You want to make sure your title is very catchy like we talked about previously while we were on screen. So make sure you think about all these things. Make sure you're doing all these things because they all play a major role in how successful your ad is. Now you know how to run YouTube ads, and now you can start applying this to your videos. You will gain subscribers, you will gain views, you will gain fans. This is a great way to gain exposure to your YouTube. You know, Some people are against paid ads. I get that. But the reality is when you're first starting out a channel, especially if you have 5 subscribers, your videos aren't going to go that far, no matter what they are. In the beginning, sometimes you have to run marketing, you have to run ads so that way you can build up the channel. With that said, I hope you guys have fun getting 500 views a day for the cost of a cup of coffee. I love coffee. I love it so much.